on? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I seriously appreciate you tuning in today. We are back here with my 2007 Nissan 350z HR. It is sunset right now, so I figured it would be a perfect time to go for a drive. It's been about 105 degrees all day today. And as you can tell, I don't know if you could see it, but right here, there's like a fire that started a little bit down the road. So we're gonna go look for it and see if we could find it. I don't actually know how far away it is, and I'm curious. So honestly, it's just been way too hot to drive the cars recently. I feel like they get heat soaked pretty quickly in this 106, 107 degrees in Southern California right now. But even as it is right now, it's like 7 o'clock at night and it's 93 or something out. So it's definitely a little bit warm still, but way better than it was. This thing just looks so cool in like this 7:30 like sunset time. I don't know. It almost looks black at some angles. We've talked about this. You know how I feel about this car. But as you saw from the title of today's video, we're gonna be cruising around, and I actually wanted to talk to you guys about the only other car pretty much in the world, at least right now, that I would trade for one of my 350Zs. Honestly, the biggest decision I would ever have to make is deciding to let go of this blue car or the red car. The red car I'm just sentimentally attached to because I've had it for so many years, going on 6 years now, and I've been through so much with that car and I love it. But this one has the HR engine in there, so you guys already know about the HR. This car breathes a little better than the rev up, and I can feel it when I'm driving it. It just feels faster, even though on paper it's only 6 horsepower more. But just when this thing is going down the road and you're wide open throttle, I mean, there's really just nothing like it. So I don't think I could decide, to be honest, if I had to pick between these two. Personally, my perfect world would be to trade probably this car in for the dream car we're going to be talking about in a little bit, and then put an HR engine in the red car because I love the rev up. It's been super reliable for me. I know a lot of people have had issues with their rev ups. Mine does burn oil, but if you keep up with the maintenance and stuff, the car's going to treat you great. I mean, I have had no issues, but it would be so amazing to have an HR in that car as well. Enough talking, let's go cruise around just because it's so nice out right now. And you guys, look, since I filmed the last video, the window has fixed itself. It doesn't drop randomly anymore. Look at it, it goes down a normal amount, goes back up. I don't even get it. I seriously have no idea. I don't make the rules, and I'm not complaining. Jeez, this limo tint is so dark, it's actually crazy. Gee, it's so much nicer out right now than it was earlier. And this thing sounds so good, listen to this. My God, that's that Megan Racing exhaust, the drift spec. I'm gonna do a video coming up soon where we're comparing the muffler delete on the red car, known as the gentleman's exhaust, to the exhaust on this car. This is the Megan Racing drift spec, like I just said. This thing sounds amazing. If you saw my last video, you already know my thoughts and opinions on the Megan Racing exhaust. Like, I just can't imagine that anything else sounds much better than this. Like, I know the Tomei's great. The Tomei's really raspy though, and to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of like super raspy exhausts, and this one sounds great. If you're familiar with like single exits, for some reason, at least this one, and I've had a few other comments say it does the same thing to them. When the car's cold or the catalytic converter's cold, there's like a ringing sound when you rev the car over a certain RPM, ringing like a pinging exhaust note. It's really weird. Once the car warms up and the exhaust is hot, that ringing sound kind of goes away and it just sounds amazing. Alright, so I'm not sure if you were able to guess it by the thumbnail, but the only car on my radar right now that I would trade, obviously it wouldn't be a direct trade because the car I want is quite a bit more than this thing, but we're sticking in the Nissan family, only we're adding 2 more seats. And not only 2 more seats, but we're adding 2 more turbos, or 2 turbos in general. And that's the Nissan GTR, you guys. I've been dying to get a GTR on the channel. If you know someone that would be willing to let me review their GTR, let me know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'd love to set it up with them. I want to drive one so bad. And right now they're going for, honestly, like 70, which is a lot of money. $70,000 for a car is a lot of money, especially, you know, in my situation. And not only do you have to finance the car, but then you need insurance, and then the maintenance and stuff is gonna be so much money. Oh God, I think about that all the time, and I gotta figure something out. I gotta figure something out, because I'd love to have a GTR on the channel. I love the Nissan VQ, and the GTR is so similar. It sounds so similar. I mean, you can put a Motordyne exhaust on the HR or the rev up, and they basically sound like GTRs, just with no turbos. And I've thought about doing that, but those exhaust kits are like $2 grand, and obviously it would probably be worth it because the sound is so amazing, but I'd way rather put that $2 grand towards a GTR I don't know, someday it's gonna happen. But GTR is like right around 500 horsepower, which is amazing. They're tuned so well. The only thing is this right here. The downshifts in a GTR sound pretty good, but they're not done on a manual transmission. And they just didn't make any GTRs in a manual, which obviously the GTR was built for sheer speed to compete with some of the best sports cars out there. And honestly, if you know anything about the GTR's kind of history and lineage, I mean, the GTR competes. Like, it really puts up a good fight. I would love to get one someday. Jeez, man, whatever's behind me is rolling around in the back. Right now, it's kind of cool actually. Hopefully it's in a spot where, like, you know, it's okay to burn. Like, obviously if it's in a housing track or something, that would just be terrible. You never know. It's kind of in a weird spot though. Usually the fires are that way, and this one's over there. So, oh my god. Wow. Just amazing. I mean, that sound is like unbeatable almost. This engine revs so well. I mean, the RPMs drop really fast, which is great. The red car, the rev up, it's got a little bit more rev hang. So when you rev it up, it takes a little bit, you know, it takes a second for the RPMs to come back down. And they really just did that, I'm assuming, for emissions. And it's a lot easier to drive that, obviously, because when you shift it into the next gear, you're already up there in the RPM range. So I can see why they did it. But honestly, this thing, the way it revs up and comes back down so fast, it sounds great to rev it, honestly. I love revving this car, but oh, look at that. There's like literal dark, like black clouds over there. Oh, whoa. The sun is literally red over here. I think this fire just started. I was just out with my girlfriend at Target and I did not see any smoke in the air. And now it's just, the whole sky is orange. But honestly, with it being so hot, I'm not really surprised. Like, it's just been insane the last few days. But I did see in the weather, it's supposed to be like in the 80s, which is, pretty amazing. I can't wait. I haven't actually driven the Miata in like a month because it's just so hot, and the AC actually does work on the Miata. It's just not very, it doesn't keep up very well, and it's just due to the soft top, that vinyl roof. It just turns into an oven in there. Like the top like 6 inches from the roof down, it just cooks your forehead because it's so hot from the sun. But I do miss driving that car. The Miata is just an experience like no other. It's like a go-kart. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. Wait, I gotta get a picture with my phone if I can. The sun looks like a fireball. I mean, it is a fireball, but like right now it's like glowing orange. That's insane. But would you be interested in seeing a GTR on the channel? Honestly, I would love to see a GTR on the channel. They're such different cars from the Zs, because the Zs I feel like are a lot more affordable. You don't have to worry about them as much. Like obviously you don't have to worry about GTR because it's a Nissan. They run great, but you know, being such an expensive car, I get worried. I already worry about, you know, door dings on these cars. I couldn't imagine a $70,000 GTR with like, you know, pretty good looking paint. I'd be parking in the back of every parking lot. We're gonna go on the freeway here. Let's get a freeway on-ramp pull just because, I mean, might as well, you know, might as well. GTR would be so fun though, honestly. Let's roll these windows down. Over here right now. Oh man, I can see the flames. It's hard to tell, but the side of that mountain over there is on fire. You know what that looks like? That's literally Ortega Canyon or Ortega Road. It basically connects Lake Elsinore to Orange County, and it's like this 2-lane road that weaves through the mountains right over here. And it looks like, I bet you someone like threw a cigarette or something and it caught the side of the mountain on fire. Well, hopefully everyone's safe that's working on putting that out, because I couldn't even imagine trying to stand on the side of that road, I mean, and putting a fire out. Like, that's just, Firefighters are the real ones, man. Not all heroes wear capes, but some of them carry fire hoses. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's getting super dark. Let me know what you think. Should we get a GTR on the channel? I would like a GTR on the channel, but if you guys don't want to see it, let me know in the comments and we'll do whatever you guys want to see because I'm down for anything. Honestly, the Zs have been more than enough over the years and I enjoy driving this thing every single day. So if you guys just want to see more Z content, that'd be cool. It'd be fun to review other people's cars, you know, drive some other cars around, get a taste of what it is like to drive some other cars because I really don't get to do that very often. So maybe I'll start a thing where I get to review other people's cars. Let me know what you want to see. I'm totally down for anything. Do you want to see more commentary videos? We can watch videos online and I can sit there and we could do some commentary. We could do a car tier list. Someone recommended that and that would be a pretty cool idea for a video. Let me know. I'm seriously down for anything. Thank you once again so much for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if you had any questions, comments, concerns. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.